What's going on, guys? We're in the car. Hold up. All right, that's much better. What's going on? I'm Ryan Wells with Flow Real Estate Photography, joined with...
My name's Matt Starnes, Flow Real Estate Photography.
Yeah, and we're just a couple of real estate photographers. You know, when you go live on Facebook, it's usually people that are connected to the page that's going to see this, right? So you probably already know one of us, you know who we are, but what have we been doing down here, Matt? Down in Dallas?
Well, we decided to go ahead and open up a branch into the Dallas Metroplex area. Actually, specifically Frisco, and just in Allen, the surrounding area like that. So we've been training a photographer down here and getting just boots on the ground.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, just getting somebody down here. It's a prime market. I think we have a lot to offer.
Absolutely. Like the number of total real estate agents in the Dallas Metroplex, we heard from a good friend, Kyle Draper, mentioned yesterday that there was close to 60,000 real estate agents and about 40,000 that are active, right? Out there making it happen every day. Now, what that means is there's a lot of homes that are being sold, right? With that many realtors that are actually active, 40,000 or so, there's a lot of real estate agents that are actually doing transactions. And every time there's a home that's sold, that means there was probably a home that was listed, right? And that's kind of where we come in. So one cool thing about Dallas is because there's so many people, there are also a lot of photographers that are already in Dallas, right? Some that do real estate photography here and there. You know, there's a few national companies, few local guys. It's a great market for real estate photography. Yeah, there's a lot of competition or whatever, but here's the deal. Every good team needs a backup quarterback, and the cool thing about us, we don't mind being that down there. So it's been awesome. Matt, what do you think is the biggest challenge for someone that's new? Let's say they're not in real estate photography right now, and they made the decision, said, I think that's something I want to get into. What's the hardest part of that?
I think probably the hardest part is just getting used to the grind. You know, let's say you get the equipment and you have the equipment. You know, we're not saying go out and get the brand new, you know, whatever you got to do, but just you need some decent equipment, you know, and then honestly just getting used to that grind and getting used to the process. And probably we do things a little bit different.
Right.
You know, we try to build a relationship with our realtors, and if you're not used to that, then that might be one of the big things. So you have to be personable. Yeah, so that may be hard. It is.
It's hard for people that don't consider themselves as being outgoing, right? But the cool thing is, I think, is everybody is everyone is, well, we've been saying it this weekend even, everyone's a perfect 10 in some area.
That's right.
And when you deal with people, you have an area, a way of dealing with people. I promise you that you'll be able to reach somebody that someone like me will never be able to reach.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Think about it. Most people like people that are like them. And we run across all types of people when we are out shooting houses. And that daily grind, what makes it bearable is the people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the fuel.
It is. And we like to say that relationship is the real currency that we deal in, right? And that's not something that we learned, or that's not something that we were born with that we just knew, right? It's something that we learned over time, is that the most important thing that we have are people. You know, we're Christians. Jesus taught this. All of the great teachers for years have all taught the same thing, that it's the most important thing is love, relationship, people. And what does that have to do with real estate photography? Well, it's what's going to get you through when, you know, you drop your very expensive camera off your tripod and it breaks. Because I think we both had that happen recently. You know, so. I think I agree with, Matt. The hardest thing, the barrier to entry is going to be definitely getting that equipment. You don't have to have the best that there is, but you definitely have to have something that can do the job. And then the second, part of that being the grind. Yeah, it really is. I think a lot of people, Matt, might say, they might be, watching the video or whatever, they might say, that's something I am interested in, and I have the funds to be able to go and to get equipment like that. Where would I go to start if I just wanted to learn, maybe to do it on my own, right? Where would it be a great place somebody could go?
Right. I mean, you can learn from YouTube, or, that's the usual answer.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube's got everything from changing the car battery to flipping eggs, so you're able to, use that resource. I think that's probably a good way. Bedford Camera in Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they know flow, and they know what we do, and they know what we kind of look for whenever it comes to the equipment side and what we need. So
yep. There's a couple websites that helped me when I first got started. Tipsforrealestatephotography.com. It's a great blog site, a site of tips, and really just anything that you need to know about real estate photography you can find there. It's a guy named Lance Selgo out of the Fort Worth area, a great real estate photographer down in DFW. It's his website, and he's also a web developer. So if you guys need, I'm sure if you have questions or anything like that, the first place I would go would be just go and search that site, because you can probably find the answers, right? And then second thing, reach out to Lance, reach out to somebody like myself or Matt. Feel free to reach out to us. Our email addresses are just our first name, Ryan at flow.photos, and Matt at flow.photos. Yep. Just shoot us an email. Let us know if you have any questions about it. When I first got started doing real estate photography, I looked at what was out there, right? And I saw that maybe not local where I was per se, but there were some incredible photographers in other parts of our country and also overseas.
Right.
And there's a guy named, oh goodness gracious, Sergey Ramilli, I believe is his name. If you go to YouTube and you type in Paris hotel photographer, his is like the second thing that comes up, and he gives a step-by-step tutorial on how he edits interior pictures for these big hotels that he's doing, right? And I really took that on myself and started using a lot of those techniques to sort of craft in the beginning days of how we shoot our interiors.
Right.
And so, look, here's the deal, guys. Your barrier to entry really has nothing to do with resources.
Right.
It has to do with a lack of resourcefulness. There's an answer for everything, and it's on the internet. Or, you ready for this? The real answers are found in relationship. I guarantee you. Look, a buddy of mine, Ron Harris, he's a real estate investor. He says this to anybody that's new coming in, they're interested in real estate investing. He'll say, if you want to become a painter, you get around painters, right? If you want to learn a new language, but you're going to go, the best way is you get around people that speak it. It'll rub off on you. If you want to be a real estate investor, you better get around some. And if you want to be a real estate photographer, the best way is you got to get around some. And good news, I mean, I know right now we're like Flow, we're looking for people in the Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex right now, really anywhere south of the Red River, right? Yes. I mean, all the way to South Dallas.
Right.
Honestly, we would be looking for people, and here's why that those areas are so there's so much need. It's because the market is exploding with new construction. And anytime that the market explodes with new construction, people are moving around and moving to a city. Dallas is a prime target market for something like that. And a team that has now 6 years of experience in a major city, Oklahoma City, right, that has in that city accumulated a lot of clients, have served a lot of people well, have a lot of experience. You put all that together and we go into a metroplex like Dallas, there's a lot of opportunity for young photographers, old photographers alike.
That's right.
Anything else that you'd want to share, Matt, to anybody that's saying, hey, I'd like to jump on something like this?
Well, just like you said, shoot us an email, Matt at flow.photos, Ryan at flow.photos. We'd be happy to talk to you. We'd be happy to set up an appointment, maybe a face-to-face or something like that, or even like a phone call, just to kind of see, where your head's at and then where we're at. And then hopefully, we can work something out, and try to get you a business started down there in this area.
It's awesome, awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and take off. We're driving I-35 north, headed back to Oklahoma as we speak. We're gonna stop over here at Buc-ee's real quick and get us some maple nut goodies. Come on, somebody. But take care. We appreciate you all. See ya.